CBN News chief political analyst David Brody joins us now. David, go to it. What are your impressions from last night?
Go to it. Good night, everybody. I'm going to take 12 and a half minutes. Let me just kind of go esoteric and kind of 30,000-foot view at the beginning. I thought what I saw last night on the debate stage was a proxy war going on inside the Republican Party. You had the old guard, Mike Pence and Nikki Haley, to a degree. I know she's 51, but she's considered part of that traditionalist old guard Ronald Reagan mentality on foreign policy and others. Fighting, if you will, against Vivek Ramaswamy, the upstart, the 38-year-old, the populist guy that was kind of a stand-in for Trump to a degree last night. I mean, he was championing a lot of the stuff that Donald Trump has been championing. So that's why you saw all of the vitriol, but especially with Pence. I mean, we don't normally see Mike Pence like that, but I think the question needs to be raised this morning. Why was Pence so agitated? Why was he constantly going back and forth with specifically Vivek Ramaswamy? Because he sees a party that is going the way he does not like at all. And I believe that was kind of the contour of what we saw last night, and that's why it's getting the big headlines. And
it's so interesting, Ramaswamy and Christie have such a different approach when they discuss President Trump. I mean, they're both trying to appeal a different way. What's the more successful route here?
Well, clearly it's Vivek Ramaswamy has the more successful path because the party, poll-wise and otherwise, are with Trump. And therefore, if they're with Trump, anytime Vivek Ramaswamy supports Donald Trump in anything he does, he's going to get the applause lines. And if you noticed last night, Andrew, Vivek Ramaswamy, when he was asked for a show of hands, he wouldn't raise it really high about whether or not he would support President Trump on X, Y, and Z. I mean, he was the first one up, and my hand was very, very high. Everybody else was kind of like looking around. I guess I'll support him if he's convicted of a felony. They weren't quite sure. But Vivek was very strong. Christie, on the other hand, look, Andrew, this is personal for Christie. He was passed over for vice president. Donald Trump and him have a long history. There was a falling out. So a lot of this is personal as well for Christie.
This was a big opportunity for Ron DeSantis to shine. I don't think he really moved the needle. He wasn't even really attacked much, so maybe they don't even see him as a threat. Where is he after last night?
Well, I think that's actually a very astute observation. The fact that he wasn't the center of attacks suggests, to me at least, that maybe he's not the biggest factor that we thought, or the big factor we thought all along. Look, he had a marginal okay debate, but marginal and okay ain't going to do it for DeSantis. He needs something bigger and better. The other problem for DeSantis is he's trying to be too cute by half. I mean, he's not really answering questions like on Ukraine aid. You know, would you cut off funding for Ukraine? Ramaswamy, yes, I'm going to cut off funding for Ukraine. DeSantis, the hand kind of goes up naturally, it goes down, and it's a waffle answer. And so, you know, he had some moments, but it was few and far between, definitely not enough to move the needle.
What about Tim Scott and Nikki Haley? After last evening, has their position changed? Did they generate any more buzz?
Well, you know, it depends. I mean, first of all, I think Nikki Haley had a good debate, no doubt. Tim Scott was fine, too. You know, Tim Scott was kind of in the background mostly. I mean, he was kind of like the elder statesman type guy. I mean, he's been around for a while now. And so I thought he was good. But he didn't stand out. And I think in this crowd, you have to stand out. As for Nikki Haley, she had some good zingers, some good one-liners about, you know, it takes a woman to get things done and all of that. Though she definitely heard any sort of VP chances when she said that Donald Trump is the most disliked political candidate out there in America. I think that there went her VP chances. So, but she had a good debate as well.
Yeah, before we get to Trump, Asa Hutchinson and Doug Burgum, how long are they going to hang around? I mean, why are they running for president?
Well, can we have some silence for 5 seconds? I don't know. I mean, honestly, they want to raise their profile. And I say raise their profile. One's a former governor, well, they're both former governor, or excuse me, anyhow, they're both governors. The point simply is that maybe they're looking for some sort of, you know, future in some sort of administration going forward, or they feel that they're doing this for personal reasons to just feel like they have to right a wrong in this country. But other than that, they've got no shot.
All right. Finally, Donald Trump, what do you think he thought of last night's debate?
Well, I don't think you really want my true answer because that might make me say some bad words, Andrew. But no, look, he thought it was obviously ridiculous. He thinks that they're all playing for second place. I don't even think they're even playing for vice presidential candidate. I'm not quite sure anybody on that stage is someone he's going to pick. Having said that, look, I mean, he's over on X, Twitter with Tucker Carlson doing 164 million as of this morning, 164 million views. Now, I understand that doesn't mean everybody's watching the whole interview, but the point is he didn't need the debate. And honestly, even though Donald Trump wasn't at the debate, he really was, if you think about it. He was in the crowd. He was definitely in the heads of many of those candidates, but he was in the crowd when the crowd would boo all the time for against Christie, sometimes against Pence, sometimes against Nikki Haley when she said something negative about Trump. So Trump was represented in the crowd, and I think that says all you need to know about where the base of the party is right now.
Yeah, I think it was Bret Baier who called him the elephant not in the room. I believe that's who stated that. All right, David, thanks so much. Always appreciate you joining us.